Hello, everybody. As the world gone bonkers nowadays, I'd like to explain on today's topic why I think the sun is surrounding the bigger Earth, aka the moon. Before they gotta kill me. So, in my previous video, I explained why it's all sound in water, and then you can create sonoluminescence, and this causes fusion, and this causes matter. So, as above with extreme cold, so below with extreme heat. And in the next clip, I let Elon Musk explain what he thinks the Earth exactly is. So, and I think this time he's not lying. They lie all the time about a floating car in space, which he even thought was ridiculous. But well, never let a good advertisement go to waste. That that was probably what he was thinking. But the fact is that they always mix in some truth because they know the truth. And Ellen, like Trump, are bad liars. And that's the fun with these people. So let's hear what Ellen got to say.
Yeah, Earth is a giant ball of lava with a thin crust on the top, which we think of as like the surface. This thin crust. And it's mostly just a big ball of lava. That's Earth. But 10,000 feet is not a big deal.
Have you given any consideration whatsoever to the flat Earth movement?
Haha.
So, a big ball of lava with a thin crust. True, that's what they teach you at school too. So, now this thin crust is caused by the cold atmosphere. And like I said, the deeper you go, the hotter and hotter it gets, and the higher you go, the colder it gets. So, the thin crust is just the separation line, or how do you call that, between hot and cold. And here you see what I mean by craters are Lichtenberg figures caused by electricity, although they say it's an impact crater by meteorites. But that's not true. They are Lichtenberg figures, and that's why you have big and small craters, and you have tiny craters too. So they are fractals, and fractals are caused by electricity. So you see, like the impact craters and the lights is are just like stars, and this is what you see in the night sky. The stars are craters. So that's why if you zoom in on a star, you see a round disk, and in that disk you see like another disk, and those are craters with a firmament. So that's why flat earthers say the flat earth has a firmament, but that's the Van Allen belt. So that's also radiation. That's a radiation belt, and that's what you see as stars in the night sky. So the craters, the tiny craters, the small craters, big craters, and some are probably like dead stars, but um, they all show like a round disk if you zoom in on a star. And there you see the United Nations logo, because this is our Earth. This is the Sirius star. And I forgot to mention that the firmament is like we are living inside a bubble, and the firmament is water above, and that water is so dense, so you can't escape this bubble. I think they maybe now figured out how they can escape it, so that's why they want to go to Mars. And yeah, that's really what I think the firmament is. So you have a radiation belt, and then you also have like the firmament, which is water above the belt, the bubble. So here you see the Sirius star zoomed in on the Sirius star, and it's I can see like a crater in this picture, like surrounded by an ice wall, and inside there you can probably, well, if you look good, you can probably see some continents maybe, and yeah, that's why they also call it the blue marble, because Sirius has this bluish light, and that's probably the ozone layer, and yeah, that's why they call it the blue marble, because they know it's Sirius. Okay, so that was extra information about Sirius and about stars in general. So now I'm gonna explain why I think we are living inside the sun. So the moon is inside the sun, and that's because if you go higher and higher, you get radiation, and that radiation that is the sun. So the radiation that is surrounding the moon is the sun, but you also got radiation inside the moon. So eventually you got two suns, and that's what I think. Because you have like two extremes. You have the extreme cold and the extreme heat, and both sides cause the fifth state of matter. So, like they say, the hollow earth with the sun inside is also true, because, like I said, that you have a sun up and you have a sun inside. Okay, the following clip is about plasma tubes, and you have to pay close attention to the size of the tubes.
Due to its molten iron core, the Earth has a magnetic field around it, just like a bar magnet. This magnetic field extends outwards into space, forming a big bubble that we call the magnetosphere. The inner layer of the magnetosphere, from near the Earth's surface up to 1,000 or so kilometers, is called the ionosphere because it is made up of particles ionized by radiation from the sun. In low-frequency radio astronomy, when we point our telescopes to the sky to measure the faint signals that travel through space to reach us, we need to take structures and perturbations in the ionosphere into account that might change these signals. We need a good understanding of the effects of the ionosphere to make sense of our data. Pictured near the surface, the Earth's magnetic field lines run parallel and come out at an angle to the ground. It has long been postulated that tubular plasma structures go along the magnetic field lines, and it is structures like these that can affect our astronomical measurements. Previously, people could only guess what they might look like, since no one has ever been able to image them.
Okay, so this is the sun, and a close-up of the sun, and in a sec you will see a better close-up, and then you will see the plasma tubes on the sun, and they are the same size as the previous clip. It may look like they are smaller, but the size of a crater is like the size of a sunspot. So they know we are surrounded by plasma tubes, and this means we are inside the sun. So the sun is the plasma tubes. So in the book of Enoch, it is also stated that the sun and moon are the same size. And if you follow their path, and the sun and moon path, they have the same wobble, because they are one actually. So that's why you see their path is looking exactly the same. Okay, last but not least, we have the prominent astronomer William Herschel. And in his essay on the nature and construction of the sun and fixed stars, he said that the sun is simply an enormous planet, and because all other planets in our solar system contain life, so too must our star, aka the sun. So he was not alone in that opinion. It was a popular opinion in his days, but they chose to hide the truth. So I leave it with that, and in my next video clip I'm gonna explain more about his theory, and also about why I think the moon is an X-ray projection in the sky. Okay, thank you for watching and have a blessed day. Bye.